Hey guys, Cooper TV, playing the same boy that was running the Aura Mancer deck last time. He says he's changed, so that's kind of cool. We'll keep hold of that hand. I don't mind the look of this hand at all. Drop down our thingamajig, our Terramorphic Expanse. May as well just use it straight away because I believe there is only the one deck that's Terramorphic Expanse, so you're instantly telling your opponent that you're playing this deck anyway, so there's no reason to hold back. So yeah, we just played against a Auramancer deck, and you got to kind of see why I was complaining. A few games that I've played before didn't go that way, but as you see, the Invisible Stalker, a couple enhancements, there's nothing you can do. I'm not too worried about it just now. As I said, get our mountain down. As I said before, once everyone starts playing with all the decks and the kind of meta game comes out, you'll be able to work out ways of getting around some of the things. Anyway, back to this game. So I have got my Steam Core Weird, like the last time. If I cast it with a mountain, it comes in and does 2 damage. Drop down our island, so that'll be fine. We've got this guy, which is pretty cool, Dominus of I want to say Fatality, but it's not, it's Fealty. Fealty, there you go, Fealty. At the beginning of your upkeep, you take control of a target permanent until the end of turn. If you do, untap it and it gains haste, which is pretty cool for me. We've got, oh, end of my turn, sorry, chit-chatting away. We've got our Volcanic Geyser, which just is 2 mountain cost, deals X damage. He's just going to end his turn, right? So we're going to drop down this, which is our, on me, which is our Cerebral Vortex. It means I draw 2 cards, but I do take 2 damage. But it's an instant, so unlike Sign in Blood, I can use it during his turn. We've just got our McNuggets, so we'll drop down a mountain here. He's got no creatures out currently, so I think the play should possibly be McNuggets. Yep, we'll drop down the McNuggets, get them out. These are quite cool. I run 3 of these in the deck currently. Just the way it works is when you cast, sorry, you probably know, they're called Wee Dragonauts, but I call them McNuggets. Getting confused there. Oh, he's pausing, so he's going to cast something. So it's a fly-in, and when you cast a sorcery spell or an instant, you power this boy up. So he's just going to sack it, so that's fine. He had the Dalibolic Edict, which makes me sacrifice a creature. And the final card we had was Invoke the Firemind. I run both of them. It's either you draw cards or you do damage to an opponent or creature, which I kind of like. Well, that guy's dead, which is cool for me because I'm just going to drop down my Weird. And we'll drop down the island. And, do I really want it now? See, the thing is, what I'm thinking here is if I drop down now, you'll just kill that dude. You'll have a kill spell for it. So, the Weird's coming down. Let's just get rid of this boy before he starts planting tokens. Creatures, that dude. Let's get rid of him. So yeah, so in this deck it's kind of cool. I want to kind of talk about something that didn't get a chance in the last game. This guy, the Dominus of Fealty. I love this card, and I also love it in combination of the artifact, the wand. I don't know what it's called. I meant to check the name of it because originally when I started playing it, the wand card, I was like, you know, that just, you know, sacrifice islands or mountains and you can put tokens on, but you're sacrificing your own creatures. Is it kind of worth it? I was like, I don't know, I don't think so. But then this guy, you can take your opponent's lands. So if you're playing against a blue or a red deck with this guy and that on, you take his land and then use your wand to destroy it, and then you put a dude on. So you not only do you destroy one of his lands, you also get a dude out of it. It's just such a cool combination, and I really want to try it against somebody. Anyway, back to this game. I can't do anything about that dude unless I use one of my kill spells. He's got 3 cards in hand, so I am thinking that I just want to kill that dude right now before he gets too big. I think we will. I think we'll just kill that dude before he gets too big, and then I can swing in at least for 1. I don't want to drop this down right now because I think he's got a kill card for it, so I want to pump it 3 times and at his creature, so there we go, get rid of that. I won't drop this down right now because I feel like he's still got a kill card, especially in this deck. This deck you run a lot of removal, the Sepulchral Strength, so I don't want to be dropping this guy down just yet. I want to keep holding my board position, just keep swinging in for the odd damage just now. So I'm in for 1, giant amounts. But I've got a good control at the moment. He's only got 4 cards, which he's just drawn 1. He's manning up. So that card is pretty nasty for me. That means anytime one of his creatures die, I also have to sacrifice a creature, which I'm not overly fond of, and I've got no way of getting rid of that because I don't run the creature that destroys enhancements in this deck. But I think what we'll do is we're still manning up, so I've still got this card to do a lot of damage to his face once I get there. Let's drop that down. And let's drop this down and do 2 to his face. Could have still dropped our, hold on, to his face. Could have still dropped down my fealty, but I still think he's got removal for it, so I'm not going to do that yet. I'm still in a reasonably strong position. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so unless they're both creatures, and now I've got these 2 dudes out, I can use them to be sacrificed possibly instead, because they've done what I needed them to do with their damage. So it's on to him. He's back up to his 3 cards. Let's see. It doesn't look like any of them are lands because he hasn't used it yet. So I've only done 4 damage, but I've still got this, and this can do quite a bit damage. I mean, it does cost 3 and then the power, but I do like it. So he's got the Yavimian Elder, which he can sack and get mana for, which means when he does sack it, one of my dudes will be dying because that card kicks in. So that's a little bit disappointing, but not too bad. Still 2 cards in hand, so we're still man up quite nicely here. So let's think here. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I mean, I could just go and use this and draw a ton of cards and see what position that puts me in. Or I could cast this dude and swing in. Well, I think we'll swing in. I think that's the play. He's probably going to block, I would assume. He might want to just hold back, so he uses the sacrifice so he can draw a card. Does have the mana, so he can block and sack at the same time. So he will prevent 1 damage if he so chooses. He's thinking away here. So yeah, as I was saying, so I really like the combination. I mean, against this deck, because he's not running mountains or islands, it wouldn't really work against him. I'd have to sack my own cards, but it also just gives you the ability to drop a land or something, and then you've got an instant boy ready for blocking. So we'll get rid of that boy. That's why I like that combination. I'm not sure how it's going to work in the actual game. It might be just one of those things that you need too much mana for, and it doesn't happen often enough to make it worthwhile running that combination. But I do fancy it. So I'm going to drop this guy down this turn. It means that any creatures he decides to play, I can take control of. I mean, he'll probably just kill it. He has got 6 cards now. I'm positive he'll just have a kill card for it now. I'd be surprised if he didn't, but there's not much I can do now. If he doesn't have a kill card and he only has boys, I'm in a very, very good position. So let's see what he does. Kaizenlong, or Leung. So he's thinking, which gives me the impression maybe he doesn't have a kill card. The good thing is that I still have this guy out for sacrificing from this, which is cool. I love that card. This card's a great card, especially in this deck. With this deck, if you run it quite token heavy, this card becomes quite cool. So there's a Maelstrom Pulse, so that's what I expected. I knew you'd have a kill card for it. That deck runs so many of them that it was expected, so can't do anything about that. So I'm going to probably have to use this to draw cards instead of doing damage, because I don't see another way. No point in blocking because attacking. Oh, my wee McNuggets is kind of cool, because I can swing in with them and do some damage. So do I drop them down this turn, then hold off so I can get in for 3, or do I just pump and pull as many cards out and see where that puts me? Or do I could play that. That will leave me with, I've got 9 mana, that would leave me with obviously 6. So I could pull 3 cards out. No, I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll just go in, pump this 6 times and just draw 6 cards. Let's put myself in a better position with my hand, and let's see what we get. That's pretty cool. So we've got our Mind Rack Liege, which is our big +1/+1 to all our no point of attacking. +1/+1 to all our creatures. Also has this ability, 4 cost, and you can put any blue or red creature from your hand onto the battlefield. Not so useful in my deck because most of my creatures are 4 cost anyway, so you'd just be casting them. Act of Treason's pretty cool for me. It means I can steal one of his dudes. So, and I've just got another one of the Invoking Fire Mines, which means I can use that to actually hit his face and do some damage. So I think we're in a pretty decent position here. So he's got that dude, which is not so cool, which is a 13/13. Actually, that is pretty cool for me, because I'm just going to steal that next turn and own his face. So he's now blocked, so drop that down. Act of Treason, I'll have that dude please, thank you very much. And then I will swing in for the victory here. because we'll just be using our Invoke the Firemind. So he's going to have to decide to kill something here. He's going to kill his own dude. It looks like he'll probably kill his own dude here, but then we pause. We'll just use Mana Leak and stop that from happening, making my Dwyer 16/16, and that's GG. So there we go, I didn't even need to use it, it's because they got the cards in the graveyard. And there we go, that's kind of how I like this deck. It just kind of worked out there. That was a pretty good game. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Kubear TV, signing out.